How to take measurements for remote online custom sewing. Before taking measurements, please kindly first define the unit of measurements. When taking measurements, make sure that your clothing is thin. Take measurements by using the tape measure on the measuring area, making sure it is not too loose or too tight. Specify the size of the shoes you will use with the product you request to be sewn. Specify your bra size. Remember that all our models are designed to be worn without a bra, taking your comfort and elegance into consideration. Specify your height and weight. For the most accurate measurements, you can get support from a relative by carefully following the instructions in this video. 1. Chest. Measure at the widest part of your chest, keeping the tape measure flat and without squeezing. 2. Under breast. Measure your chest with the tape measure flat without squeezing. 3. Above chest. Measure from the top of your chest with the tape measure flat without squeezing. 4. Between breasts. Take your measurement between your two breasts. 5. Breast drop. Measure from shoulder to mid-chest. 6. Front shoulder. Stand upright and measure from the points at the top of both shoulders. 7. Rear shoulder. Stand upright and measure from the pointy parts of both shoulders. 8. Waist. Measure at the thinnest part of the waist without pulling in or inflating your abdomen. 9. Hip drop. Measure from the bony part between the lower abdomen and the hips. 10. Hips. Measure from the widest part of your hip, keeping the tape measure straight. 11. Waist from shoulder. Measure from the shoulder to the waist point by taking the chest curve. 12. Shoulder to length. Measure from the beginning of your shoulder, including the curve of your chest, with the tape measure touching the floor. The following measurements are taken for products with sleeves. 13. Arm length. Bend your arm at the elbow and measure the distance from the shoulder to the wrist. 14. Biceps. With your arm free, measure from the thickest point between the shoulder and the elbow. 15. Elbow. Measure your elbow with your arm free. 16. Wrist. Measure with your wrist free. 17. Collar length. Measure the collar length as desired from the space between the collarbones. Please double-check all measurements after receiving. If possible, please send us a photo of yourself in which you can be seen clearly from full height. We choose the most careful fabrics to make you feel the most beautiful and special on your happiest days, and we put great effort into every stage of sewing. You can contact us for your questions and custom sewing. www.meryemcicerali.com.tr